Last month, I launched my company, Arvento. We sold out of our entire launch units in under a week and did over $1,000 in revenue. Now, our second official month of launch, we're back with more product, a new upsell, and a goal of $4,000 of gross revenue in June. Arvento is a functional protein coffee company. Started about 8 months ago, and we officially launched last month. And I wanted to start publicly documenting the whole process of what my goals are and do a monthly recap so that anyone else who has a small business or is interested in it can see the process along the way. And the whole goal of this year is I want to make sure I'm not doing any gatekeeping. So if you look right now, I have my Shopify dashboard pulled up for you guys to see. I have it marked from the first day of the month in May to the last day in May, showing you the entire month timeline. As you can see, we did over $1,250 in total sales. That came from an aggregate of 42 orders with a conversion rate of just about 3.96%. And as you can see, that was what our session graph looked like. And honestly, if we go to the sales here, we actually peaked with a total of $628.74 in a single day. And that was actually the official launch day of Arvento. We hosted a launch party for everyone in my local, friends network at college to come try it out, sample it. It turns out that was actually a really good way to generate a lot of interest in the company. And that was the big goal of May, was to launch the company, get it out there. And at the time I was about to graduate college, and I wanted to make sure I had the company fully launched before I actually graduated and walked across that stage. So we launched with just under 50 units. And as you can see, we did sell out of all of them. The last day of our sales came from May 16th. So in under a week, we actually were able to sell out completely. And that's why you see that the rest of May had $0 in sales, is because we were actually completely out of product. We didn't have anything that we could sell, which is a really good problem, but also a bad problem to have, because we had a lot of people texting at the time saying that they still wanted more of the product. All those numbers were done with zero paid ads too. That was all entirely organic, and it was just selling functional protein coffee, and people really, really liked it. And we actually got a lot of interesting feedback in that first month. That's going to lead us into why am I going after this $4,000 in June, and how exactly are we going to get there? And I'm going to break all of that down starting right now. So getting into June, I wanted to triple the amount of gross sales that we had done, and that's between our functional protein coffee. We have a little bit of merchandising that mainly my closest friends and family have been the purchasers on that, but then also we actually had a pretty cool new feature that I was able to get from the initial revenue of our launch, and that is these Arvento shaker bottles. These are going to be a really, really cool upsell that I'm confident that we can actually sell a good amount of too, and we have pretty decent margins on those. So we have 100 units of coffee and 50 of those shaker bottles that we're going to sell. And one bag of those retails for currently $25.99 for a 10-pack, and one of the shakers retails for $29.99. And we do have a new bundle offer that's new this month that I came up with that actually offers 2 bags and a shaker all at once for a discounted price. So that way our customers can get the instant coffee and the shaker that they want. And it's kind of this cool starter bundle that's useful for us and for the customer, because they get to save on shipping, they get a cheaper amount, and we actually make a pretty similar margin because we only have to ship it all in one box, which is kind of an interesting thing that I figured out when I was setting all of that up. But that, assuming we can sell through 100 units of coffee and through the 50 shaker bottles that we have, that would put us at over $4,000. Just about, I think the rough number is $4,100, assuming zero merchandising sales. And I really think that that could be a realistic number, considering we have ran zero paid ads so far, and we already have some repeat customers. And I do want to show you guys that getting into June, as you can see, it's currently the 6th day in June. I'm sure this video is going up a day or two later, but as you can see, from June 1st to June 6th of this month, we have already done $370 in sales, which is pretty crazy. So we officially relaunched on June 2nd. That is when we actually did our new bundle, our new drop on our Instagram. That's largely where we've been informing all of our customers about what we have and what's going on, as well as some email for our email subscribers. But as you can see, so far our best day has been June 2nd with $137 in revenue. And then obviously it did fall off for these 2 days. We were kind of falling off where I was doing a lot of other stuff, since the business is me and just one other buddy that's helping out. There's a lot of work to do, and there's not that many people to do it. And then as you can see today, actually, as I'm filming this, we did $130 in sales. And this was a completely organic order that I did not know this person. They just went online. They bought one of the hoodies, actually, because I guess they thought it looked cool, and a bag of coffee. And then one other sale that I had was from a person that I knew that had said they were interested, and I just sent them a DM on Instagram saying, hey, we restocked. Turns out that actually did lead to an entire sale, which I was super surprised by, which is really cool. So that's an aggregate of 7 orders. As you can see, right now we're working with a over 5% conversion rate today. As you can tell from all the website visits we have, it's clearly driven a lot of dedicated traffic, because that means we've had 4 visitors to the website as of I'm filming this around 3:15 in the afternoon. Haven't really posted on Instagram today. Haven't told anyone about it. So that website traffic is a little bit low, but clearly people were waiting for the new drop, and it's really exciting to see that. And that comes from, we have a total of 116 sessions, and these graphs look a little bit strange right now, but that's just because it's so early in June. I think another reason I'm confident that we can actually get the $4,000 in gross revenue too is because I'm actually going to be launching a whole ads campaign this month, the first time we're ever doing that. And I'm also going to have a video documenting that process too, if you want to follow along on that. Just running at a budget of maybe $100, something like that, to figure out and see how we can actually drive, ad creative conversions, because that's kind of a new world to me. So when you put all that into context of 100 bags and those 50 shakers, and we even have some merchandising sales, $4,000 is a very aggressive goal. We're going to have to start selling much faster than we currently are. I think on average we'd have to do like $133 a day, I think is how that math actually works out. So we have to really pick it up. But I think with advertising and things like that, and I'm trying to do a lot of Instagram posts, doing a lot of word of mouth. We're going to be giving out free samples this month. I think it is a very feasible goal for us. And then we can turn that $4,000 into the next batch of product, and we can find more ways to make the product better and faster. There are going to be new offerings in the next couple months that we just need to actually sell our current inventory so that we can get that out there. And that's going to help us provide even more potential for growth. And the cool part about why the shakers, I think, work so well is because our coffee is already an instant coffee product. So we had a lot of people who gave us the idea when we launched that, hey, you should get into the shaker game, or you should start selling shakers rather, so that your coffee product can already be used all in one. And you can offer both of them together so that people can buy a shaker so that they can use their Arvento in their Arvento shaker. And we also have a feature for where you can have a subscription bi-weekly, because it should be enough to cover 2 work weeks of days, 10 packs, 5 work days in a week. You have 1 packet every single day. It's got the lion's mane, it's got the protein, it's got the high quality caffeine, and it tastes great on top of that. So we have a recurring revenue model as well. We only have, I don't know if we even have one actually yet, but I'm confident that once that starts to pick up a little bit, we find a few really dedicated followers, that's going to be great, because we know predictably when this next revenue is coming in and when we can start to apply for business loans and things like that. Once we know our revenue is a little bit more predictable, because right now it is like we have to try and maintain as much inventory as possible, and that's not always easy when it's very difficult to manufacture it at a smaller scale. But it's all manufactured in the USA. We're physically going in to a facility to get it manufactured, to make sure it's all FDA approved, everything like that. And so there's a lot that goes into that part. Going to be trying a lot of things in June to spread the awareness about it. And the whole goal of this channel now is to just make sure I'm documenting that process for anyone else that's interested in starting their own business or is currently running their business, to see what a realistic view is on someone else's legitimate business, not some drop shipping store that sells fake stuff, like actual products, actual services that are meaningful and that have value to me and to others. So goal for June, as you can see right now, we are slightly behind pace, but we are still going to be really pushing it this month. There's going to be a lot of videos that I have showing my process of how I'm trying to actually sell all of the Arvento and things like that. So make sure you follow the channel if you're interested in something like that. But I'll be back with the total revenue of next month, what worked, what didn't, all of that good stuff. You're gonna have a lot of cool videos like this one and others such as that one right there that you can click on if you're interested. You can check out the link in the description if you're interested in learning more about Arvento, or if you want to buy some, that would be great. That's all I've got. Thanks, y'all.